Hi everyone, my name is Gail Shirey and I'm going to be working with you for this particular course called Critical Reading and Writing. In this course, we focus on basically how to make you aware of how your brain processes information, how the memory process works. We go over and introduce test-taking tips, tricks, techniques, those kinds of things, as well as study prep kinds of tips, techniques, strategies, if you will. We also introduce some basic writing design, in specific MLA document design, which is Modern Language Association, and how to set up your essays in a proper formatting and what to include when you are writing, things like paragraph structures, all those kinds of things. In this particular course, you're going to be introduced to lots of various tips, techniques, strategies in these different areas, and of course, go through the basic writing process. So what I'd like to do now is to kind of share my screen and talk about our Moodle page. Our Moodle page, Moodle is kind of a funny name, but it is the LMS. LMS means Learning Management System. And this is where you're going to find almost everything for our course. Now, in this particular course, there is a required textbook. So make sure you look at the syllabus and you will be using that textbook. A lot of times I assign readings out of that textbook. Sometimes there are activities. So you will need to have that required textbook. But there are many, many things on our Moodle page that are for you. So I just want to kind of talk about the structure of the Moodle page is always the same. You'll have announcements and information exchange at the top. I'm going to just change this really quickly to student view so I don't confuse you on this. And that way you can, my video will match what you see on your page. So this particular one, you can see, I always start with announcements and information exchange. And this is where I'll send you announcements. I send a weekly announcement. I always send them out on Sunday morning, 6 a.m. Okay. And then we have different modules. We have the Start Here course orientation module. And to see what's inside a module, you just click on it. So when you click on it, it will open for you. And then these are the things contained. Now, this top one will always be there, the forum one, for announcements. But otherwise, when you open it up, below that will always be the modules. And this is all the information. So like right here, you're seeing a welcome video message. That's this, what you're watching from me. You're going to find the syllabus for the class. Make sure to read that. And then I have some other things. And then on the side, on the right-hand side there, this says mark as done. What that means is after you've looked at it, you can just mark it yourself. You can just mark and say, okay, I did that. I did that. Other things tell you there are things that you have to complete within them. So in this first one, this starting information lesson, again, to open these things, you just click right on them and they will open up to you in a new window. And so this is a lesson. So in this particular one, you're going to read, click for the next page, but you'll notice there are questions within this. And so you need to answer the questions and you need to go all the way through for this particular one. When you're done, you have on the left here, there are different ways to maneuver. So I'm going to go back to the start and see what else I have to do. So on the left, you can see there's these different modules and they're always here in the heading. So I'm going back to the start here. There are 2 required things in this module. You have to do that one, and then you have another lesson, and this lesson looks the same as this. You have to go in, open it, answer the questions, and submit. When you're done, it'll tell you over on the side, it says done, view, and done, did you go all the way through to the end, and done, receive a grade. So these are the things that are going to show you. In other words, you're going to have to view it. You have to go all the way to the end of this activity, and you have to receive a grade for this to be considered complete. And then it will consider it a done deal. Now, at the top of our Moodle page, there are some basic things. So when you click on course, it will show you all of the modules. Now, keep in mind in this course, I only open certain modules to you. I open one module per week. So they always open on a Sunday. And everything within that module will be due the next Sunday. So you have 7 days within each module to complete work. So the first one is the start here. You need to get that done before module 1 will open to you. You're going to see a message here that says not available until you have completed those 2 lessons that I just showed you. So once you've completed them, then this is available for you to click in. And again, in module 1, the format is exactly the same as all the modules. You're going to start with some overview information, objectives, the task list. This tells you what you need to do within that module. And then it'll list resources first. Resources are there within the module to help you with information and help you understand how to do particular things. And then the activities. Activities within the modules are the only things that are graded. So activities are the only things that get a grade. None of these other things get graded. However, I do want to caution you, in order to be able to complete a lot of the activities, you had to have gone through, looked at the resources, read them, and understand them in order to be able to score well, because it is giving you information quite often. Also, in the task list every time, make sure you look at that, because I will also assign readings from the textbook in modules. Not every module, but a lot of them will have assigned pages you need to read within the textbook. And so then, for example, if you have a quiz or something, that quiz will be about that information within the textbook. Okay. The other thing I wanted to just show you is you're going to see a lot of modules. Let me show you the whole thing again here. You'll see a lot of modules, but they won't be available to you. They will only open at certain times. So, for example, this will be available starting September 10th, 6 a.m. That's what it tells you. So when you click in, that's why it's not opening. It's not available to you. So they open automatically Sundays at 6 a.m. The next module will open. So one module will be ending at the same time the other one will be opening. Okay, so we end one and move into the next one. It's always on Sundays. The other thing I want to show you on our Moodle page are where to find your grades. So up at the top, you click on grades. And it will open up you see all of your grades, and it will list all of the assignments out there so far. Now, if it's in dark, that means it's a category. But like, for example, right here, email etiquette assignment, that's out and pending. When you see a dash, it means I have not yet graded that item. But when you get it graded, you will see the point and the percentage it was worth. So for example, you can see in these 3 things, they have been completed. In other words, they've done, and then they've also been graded. At the bottom of the grades page is your grade in the class as of that day. So as of right now, my grade in the course would be right here, and this would be the percentage. And keep in mind that changes every time there is a new assignment graded. The other thing I wanted to show you on our Moodle page is I wanted to talk about discussion forums. So when you get to module 1, one of the things we're going to be doing on a regular basis, almost every single week, is a discussion forum. And again, to get to them, you just click on it and it will open. They always tell you when they're due. And just so you know, almost everything in this course is always due Sundays by midnight, 11:59 p.m. Up here it tells you why I want you to do it and that kind of the due dates, those kinds of things. And then here are instructions for when you post. In other words, you have to adhere to all of these things within your post. And then here are all the information in regards to your replies. So on almost all discussion posts, you're required to do 1 post and 2 replies to others in the course. To add a discussion, in other words, to start a post, you simply click there. The box will open. And your subject is whatever this particular discussion forum is about. I'm just going to say introduction. And then you type whatever you're going to be typing. Make sure you adhere to the requirements, which are right here. Make sure you have all that information in there. And then you would post. In order to reply, you will simply go into someone else's post, click on it, and click reply. I do want to caution you on forums. There are minimums, so be sure that you follow the minimums. So in a post, you can never have under 7 sentences, and they have to be complete sentences. You want to use proper grammar, punctuation, sentence structure. And then in your replies, it's a minimum of 4 sentences for each reply. The other word of caution I want to give you on all forums through this entire course is that you are not allowed to reply until you have done your own post. So you're not allowed to go in and reply to someone else unless you have already submitted a post within the forum. I think that's it. I just wanted to give you a quick overview on the modules and kind of how Moodle works. I do encourage you to reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. Remember, look at the task list, review all the resources before you go in and do the activities. You'll score much higher because these information pieces are meant to give you information and help you achieve whatever grade you would like to grade. That's it. Reach out to me if you have any questions, and welcome to the course.